Welcome back, guys, to Trails to Azure, where last episode, the Chapter 4 Day 2 patrol took us to the administrative district, where citizens reveled in their independence near the newly rebuilt CPD, before we tried to enter the heavily defended Orcus Tower, as we heard something about Ariel. We then moved on to the Harbor District and delved into the Geofront Sea sector once more to exterminate the divine delphs within, stopping by Genten to buy the master courses we had not yet obtained as we now head downtown.
Okay, let's go to the downtown district first. They weren't so expensive. Yeah, I'd bought them earlier. The whole city's going bonkers right now. They're saying we might go to war. Might. We're in danger. Okay, we just put the meme in, sure. We're not really going to war, are we? I don't even want to think about it. Is that the real what it was, Ruse Wiggum? Oh dear, the situation has taken a turn for the worse, hasn't it? Maybe I should stay inside until things settle down. Maybe. What's that? Lotus. That's what it says now. I listened to the president's address. I understand where he's coming from, but is there really no way to solve this problem peacefully? But surely there's a more peaceful solution to this whole dilemma, yeah. That's long term, right? I saw the president's address when I was on E Street, but to be honest, I couldn't believe my ears. It doesn't matter how he justifies things. The major powers won't stand for this. It'd be in my best interest to flee the city and lay low outside the state. I suppose I could try to feed LeBelle to be with Armand and Ellie. No, what am I thinking? That's the sort of thing only a selfish coward would do. I may have made mistakes in the past, but I'm still a proud Crossbell. I'm staying right here until the bitter end. Okay. I was kind of like, this is a good reason to go there, though. Spend time with your family. Now that it's extended further. Mummy looks so sad. Wish I could cheer up somehow. Tans told me about the presidential address. Truth be told, I'm terrified. My husband left for work early this morning, the same as always. I just hope his shift doesn't run late again. Things going on. Let me ask you, Tina, my man. Will this independence thing really make all of us happy? Sleep-talking drunkard. Asking the real questions. I'm guessing that old lady's managed to perch herself just about right to not slide down that chair. Oh, it's you guys. Dino, how have the rest of the Saber Vipers been? Okay for the most part. Koki got hurt the worst, but even he regained consciousness. The others are getting discharged, so they'll be back in the downtown district soon. That'll probably take some time before we're up and running again, though. Still, I figure if I wait here long enough, they'll all turn up eventually, right? Dino. Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully so. Man, though, the whole city's been keyed up like crazy all morning. Keyed up. Can't everyone just shut up about this independence garbage already? He means keyed up as in hyped up, but I was just like looking as like, this is more than a keying that's happened to downtown district. Oh, you don't mean like keying a car. Oh, okay. Hello? Is there anyone inside on the castle anywhere? We've gained independence, a new defense force, and our first ever president. This is some week, I tell you. Did you guys know this was going to happen? No, we've been completely out of the loop. We're currently trying to gather as much information as we can about it. I see. Guess your folks have had it hard too. You've got your work cut out for you. Don't lose heart, okay, kiddos? Just keep on trucking. Yeah, thanks for the pep talk, Alarm. Still, who'd have thought we'd pick a fight with Ereboni and Calvert so openly? Guess I better keep following the news in case things start to escalate. Yes. I mean, you'll know. Abbas called a team meeting this morning to say he was leaving and that the rest of us are in charge of Trinity while he's away. Didn't tell us where he was heading, though. What's going on? Our boss left. Could he be with Wazi? No idea, but what we have noticed is all those Defense Force soldiers hanging around town now. You don't think they were arrested, do you? I have a hard time believing Wazi and Abbas would ever make such a blunder. I know you're worried about your boss, man, but you might want to take a step back and calm down. Yeah, you're right. The important thing is that we take care of the bar like Abbas asked. Yeah. Wazi and Abbas aside, I'm worried about my dad up at the hospital. Knowing him, he's probably treating patient after patient, even with everything going on. Everyone in the city is going wild over Croix becoming the president. Maybe a little too wild. I think I'll go check on Serena and Hugo during my next break. Abbas wouldn't have left without a good reason. So in the meantime, we're going to look after the bar, just like he asked. Everyone in the city is going wild over Croix becoming the president. Yes, go check in on your siblings. That'd be great. It's not like this is Abbas's first leave of absence from the bar. But he did seem a lot more serious this time around. Whatever business he has must be gravely important. Hopefully he gets back soon. Wonder how long Abbas will be gone. Movements. There's quite a few people missing so far, but we've still got one area to check out. But the weird thing is, we've got reasons for most of them missing, like Reese. We've been told outright. How about I talked it over and we decided to stay in Crossbell? If you guys want something, just give me a shout. A democracy here. I can't get this. Gold salmon. I'm one tier or bar off getting that too. Sleepy cat coin. Just got this for free. Essentially, we'll get all of this from missions, from fighting things most likely. Dragon Vision would be nice, however. It's all about values, isn't it? And just how valuable Shroud is. An independent Crossbell, huh? That banker's got some crazy ideas. Hey, Red, be careful, all right? Fights are coming. I can smell it in the wind. Preachers of the choir. No way our pals to the east and west are just going to bite their tongues. Well, you know where I stand. Arms dealers live for times like these. I considered catching the last train out of Crossbell, but I wouldn't want to miss all the fun now. Fights are coming. I can smell it in the wind. Good things arms dealers live for days like these. I was like, well, bake hay while the sun doth shine. You're never going to let me back there, are you? You don't even need to have eyes back there. You just see me going around the corner. That's how it works. I wonder how the Fisherman's Guild is now. That's a Crossbell and I'm all for independence. I mean, come on. We have the Ariel Stricken McLean in charge of our state security. Even if we have to go against Erebonio Calvert, I feel safe knowing we're in good hands. One man with a pokey stick. On the downside, I'm shuttering business till I know how we plan to handle Erebonian Calvert. I'm not worried about it taking long. After all, the Divine Blade of Wind is in charge of our new army. It's going to protect us for sure. Grid will enlist. That's what I reckon. How could this happen to Crossbell? If we go to war with Calvert, then I really might never see Risha again. Where could she be? Can't even imagine what'll happen next. It's going to take some real grit to make it through these tough times. I doubt I'll be able to return to Calvert anytime soon unless I leave right now. Maybe it'd be better if I did. Mum's probably worried about me. In other news, Risha disappeared a while back. Couldn't tell you where, though. Chan-Chan's been tearing her hair out about it. I hope she hears from her soon. You Crossbellans can be so noisy when it comes to independence. I don't care either way, but you had better not cause a scene in my restaurant, understood? It's probably better if you don't enforce the divide. Just saying, if you're staying. Don't know how people will react. It's a weird time, man. Woohoo, Crossbell's independent. Now we have a president. Man, this is freaking sweet news. I want to clean even harder now. Why? Flights are likely going to be suspended at the end of the day, too, so this is my only chance to return to La Belle. I wish I could stay here for a little longer to report on things as they develop. But regardless of what happens, I wish nothing but safety for the people of Crossbell. All controversy aside, I'm hopeful that this new defense force will have what it takes to protect your state. Okay, we found our other reporter in town. We're still missing The guy we've been keeping traces on since the very start. I called my hubby and told him to get his butt back to Crossbell ASAP. Come tomorrow, all train services are going to be suspended indefinitely. Fingers crossed he makes it home in time. My hubby can't come home soon enough. Exciting stuff, right? We're independent. We have our first president. Hardly feels real. Overall, I'm happy about it, but who knows if that'll still be the case down the line. Here we are, the independent state of Crossbell. That's something worth celebrating. I don't think Lily agrees, though. She's been frowning all morning. What's there to be worried about? My god, Lily really is the brains of this operation. We've known that for a long time, though. Complicated stuff like this always flies right over my head. Did Crossbell make the right choice or not? I wouldn't know either way. You are a kid, so you're not expected to be in the know, though. Great if you are, though. Ariel and Calvert have already stopped exporting goods to Crossbell. According to President Croyce, though, we have enough emergency provisions to last us 5 years. Still, anyone selling fresh vegetables, meaning us, needs to come up with a business strategy, and fast. Dins can't seem to get it through his head. I wish he'd get his act together. That's going to factor into our future business strategy. I wish Dins would realize that, yeah. Being square in Erebonia's and Calvert's sight is a terrifying feeling. Still, this is all for the good of Crossbell's future. We'll just have to dig deep and prepare for the worst. And no matter what happens, I swear I'll keep Mei-Ling safe. I swear. I asked Gronk if it was fine to bring Mei-Ling to work with me, and he was more than happy to oblige. I'm glad he's such an understanding guy. I'll be way more at ease if I can keep an eye on her.
Roy asked me to help him today. He made 3 of these spinny toys too. I hope Peepo buy them.
Peepo?
Roy told me I could have some of the spinny toys if I help him. That's super duper fun.
After all this time, Crossbell has finally gained its independence. It feels like I'm watching history being written before my very eyes. Nothing new.
Peepo?
I saw President Croyce's speech. He has my fullest support in securing Crossbell's future as an independent state. It's not an insult if you get that wrong, by the way, guys. I'm just going to point that out. It's a sudden change. So Ariel McLean is our new Secretary of Defense. I can't say he was the most obvious choice. It makes sense when you consider his laundry list of achievements, though. President Croyce's decision-making skills are as sharp as ever. Yeah, in state, a man who's never been part of a military or run a military or soldiers everywhere, here and there and everywhere. Yeah. That doesn't matter what they did. Doesn't mean they're right for the role. At the very most, like, the very highest you could put the guy is below Bales, surely. Bells understands what it takes to run an organization.
What's an independent? That's what everyone's saying Crossbell is now. I wish I could ask Sister Marble. She'd probably know.
I've heard rumors of those so-called inexplicable incidents the president mentioned in his speech. Turns out Ereboni and Calvert were the ones behind them. Really puts the fear of Adios in you. Now that I know the truth, I'm all for us being independent. When I imagine Hugo or Hazel getting caught up in one of those inexplicable incidents the president spoke about, it just makes me even more convinced that independence is the way to go. I'm just gonna point out, your brother works in a place where an inexplicable incident just happened. What the hell? And it was... I'm sure Mr. Croyce was also unable to accept things for how they appeared. Crossbell has been the victim of so many injustices, so many tragedies that we could only force ourselves to turn a blind eye to. Even my husband was. Pardon? Sorry, ignore me. I have to say this new defense force doesn't seem to be nearly as friendly as the CGF was. Even those new uniforms look so stiff and formal. I'm much more partial to the ones they wore back when my husband was alive. I said, point Erebonia, and the blame evaporates. I'm scheduled to leave Crossbell today. As I didn't have much time to pack, I couldn't fit this book anywhere. You can take it if you would like. No, the bedtime story that we missed. The Imperial government issued me an order to evacuate the state. I plan to leave via train later today. Crossbell station will be congested beyond belief, so I better hurry. You really do. Get out of here.
Mr. Marcy is leaving Crossbell today. I'm gonna miss him. Yeah.
By now, Ereboni and Calvert must be thoroughly provoked. I can only imagine the danger Crossbell might face soon. But no matter what happens, I'll protect my family with my life. I need to remain calm and decide how we should go about this. My only wish is for Crossbell to be a peaceful place again. As long as my family is safe, that's all I could ever ask for. Alright, the patrol is almost complete. We dodged the Bracer Guild for now. I'm slightly worried. Wow, President Croix sure is bold. I get where he's coming from, but I can't help but be anxious over how Crossbell's going to come out of all of this. So, it's switched over ownership already. So the state's independent now, huh? Crossbell's bad blood of Erebony almost mirrors our own with the Imperial Fishing Club. Maybe it was fated to be. Not really. Oh, they left the flag. It's just my luck that the city would go up in arms right when the guild activities resumed. Maybe I should go back to America. Yes, I think that's a good idea, actually. Phew, home sweet home. Still, this whole independence deal totally blindsided me. Right when I thought things were returning to normal too. What's gonna happen to us now? We finally got our building back, only to be blindsided by all of this news about independence. Right when I thought things were returning to normal too. Oh. Ooh. Sudden terrifying thought came into my head that if I didn't somehow finish up the fishing thing yesterday, was I ever going to be able to? We do wonder how this is leading after all, where this is going. I wonder if it was premature of Mr. Croix to declare independence. Yes. I'm prepared to accept that change is a natural part of the world, of course, but even so. Then again, with the position Crossbell has been pushed into, perhaps it wasn't so much premature as it was overdue. At our age, it's difficult to accept these drastic changes coming out of the blue. Then again, one could say Crossbell has long since sailed past the point of no return. Something troubled me about Croix's address. Why wasn't Speaker McDowell with him? Would you happen to have any information on the matter, Ellie? I'm afraid not, Chairman Morse. I've been worrying over the same thing myself. I see that's rather disconcerting. Regardless, there's no turning back now. Conflict with the Empire and Republic is inevitable at this point. I may have to call an emergency business owners association meeting to account for this. Hi. No turning back now. Conflict with major powers is inevitable. Yep. You're gonna have to call that meeting indeed. Right, I'm just gonna say we need an APB. And I probably will ask you guys something in a second. Because I'm very worried. And I'm going to save now. Reese is gone. Well, everyone who's gone is gone. We've been told that they've gone. Abbas, Reese, etc. Except for one person who's missing. And because I've been playing Trails for several years now, I have picked up that... Why do you think I've been looking after him for quite a lot of this playthrough? Like, is he over there? Oh, great, he's there. Do you know what I mean? Where's Nielsen? Quattro cheese pizza. Because it's hard to avoid things like that when I've lamented missable quests for many times. We've gone everywhere. And I haven't found Nielsen, and no one said that he's left. So either I haven't seen him somewhere. Do I want an answer? Let me check out my forbidden regions of the place. Just randomly. Hello? Hello? Right, I'll just save now. And that'll be fine, right? It might be that we end up with a second patrol. Is this the right move? Pardon us. Sorry for interrupting. This is the only place you could be. Yeah, this is going to be a mood, isn't it? Well, look who the cat dragged in. Oh, hey there, SSS. Sheesh, if you guys clenched any harder, you'd snap yourselves in two. Normally I tell you to mind your own damn business, but there's no denying it today. Why would Ariel just up and leave us? Oh, I'm still in shock. Never once did I suspect he'd do something like this. I suppose the only real hint was that he'd been visiting Orcus Tower more frequently lately. Right, I thought he was just going there to discuss the guild's game plans for the future. Instead, he was off rubbing elbows and shaking hands with his employer-to-be. Actually, that's what we came here to talk about. Is Ariel still considered a member of the guild? No, he suddenly handed in his resignation last night along with his bracer badge. In typical Ariel's fashion, he finished up all of his requests just prior. He even included an outline of how the guild should proceed going forward. As prepared as ever. Ariel did always seem to be a methodical man. Still, his resigning without notice is more than just a minor inconvenience for us. What's more, he's been instated as the State Secretary of Defense, the Commander-in-Chief of the newly formed Crossbell Defense Force. It terrifies me to think what Erebonia's response to this will be, especially considering the message the government sent them by freezing their international assets. Right, Calvert's reaction will be no less frightening, you can be sure of that. Still, it's not like I don't understand the way Arios feels about all of this. Scott? What's that supposed to mean? Well, Crossbell and blood runs through my veins just like his. Those inexplicable incidents mentioned in the address used to happen several times a year. That much is for a fact. I don't know what the truth is, but deep down, every citizen in this state suspects the Empire or the Republic is behind them. Well, to be fair, there haven't been any accidents like that in some time. I think the last was 5 years ago. The one Shizuku and Saya, Arios' wife, were caught up in. By accident, do you mean the truck explosion from half a decade ago? The prevailing theory is that the orbital engine malfunctioned, igniting flammable cargo on board, but it never did sit right. As a result of the accident, poor Saya lost her life, and little Shizuku, her sight. So that's how it happened, huh? We have heard small portions of the story already, but the entirety of it is hard to take in. That must be why Arios quit the CPD and took up the supporting gauntlet. I've come to know Arios quite well since he joined the guild, and yet he never mentioned a word about the incident. Must have been weighing on him all these years. Taking that into account, I can see why he accepted such an important position. Mikkel, forgive me for asking, but have you noticed anything suspicious about Arios' schedule up until now? Huh? What do you mean, Lloyd? Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Force. A heavy responsibility like that isn't the sort of thing you just agree to on a whim. Wouldn't it make more sense if he had been laying the groundwork with Mayor, or rather President, Croix this entire time? This could go back further than we realize. The last few weeks, maybe even more. Mikkel? That's Sai. You saying he's right? It's true that there were occasional conflicts of location in his reports. I figure they were just human error, considering the absurd number of requests he was handling. Now that I think about it, he isn't the type to make those kinds of mistakes so carelessly. So each of those times he was actually meeting with President Croix. That's a pretty safe assumption at this point. Honestly, Lloyd, your detective skills are so on the nose, it's almost scary. Thanks, though I'm sorry if I'm putting Arios in a bad light here. But while I'm at it, I may as well ask you another point-blank question. It's about the discrepancies between Arios' schedule and the locations he reported. Do you remember any instances of that from more than half a year ago? Ooh, Lloyd's on to something here. Why that far back specifically? Wouldn't that be even earlier than when Mr. Croix became mayor? Well, I doubt my memory is that good, but... Oh, you know, there was this one time. When exactly? It was the final day of the anniversary festival. He was supposed to travel to Rema Ferry on official guild business, but he suddenly cancelled at the last second and he didn't even bother to notify us. Really? I pressed him on the issue once I finally caught wind of it, but all he told me was that he'd been too busy to make a report. Why'd you ask, though? Do you think it could be related? I don't know about that. The anniversary festival is probably the biggest, busiest time of the year for us. It would be perfectly understandable to overlook a single report. The last day of the anniversary festival. That was the day of the auction. You think the two are connected? I don't know yet, but my gut is telling me they are. We've been so busy that we've let too many fine details pass us by. Sorry, I have to take this. Fine details, we just found out. Crossbell Police Department Special Support don't you mean Crossbell Defense Force Special Support Section? Is this who I think it is? Who could the mystery man on the phone possibly be? Guess right, and you could win yourself our grand prize, a shiny, brand new... I've had enough of your pointless shenanigans, it's not so. What are you doing back in Crossbell? Oh, don't be like that. I thought we were pals. I know things have been going off the rails, but you can spare some time to chat in person, can't you? I'm sure it'll be worth your while. Fine. Where do you want to meet? How about Crimson & Co., aka the former Ravash compound? Let's rendezvous at the Don's old office. The basement, then. Got it. See you there, buddy. Was that Sal? No. Has he come out of hiding? He did contact us last time, after Randy went missing. Wait, seriously? It wasn't him. It was Captain Arundel of the Imperial Army. What? Him again? You were right to ask what he is doing coming back to Crossbell. Nothing good, that's for sure. He's got balls showing his face around here again. He said he wanted to speak with us at the old Ravash compound. Given his ties to the Red Constellation, we can't be too careful. Still, I think it's in our best interest to hear him out. Guess so. The risk is worth it. I do think we should be fully prepare ourselves before going in, though. You kids never slow down, do you? Sounds like you have a real piece of work on your hands. Lector Arundel of the Intelligence Division. From what I hear, he's a thorn in just about everyone's sides. You can always call us if you end up needing backup. It's right. We still have a debt to repay from the wetlands. We appreciate it. Be sure to get in touch if it comes to that. I can't believe Ariel was fudging his schedule to meet with the mayor or president, whatever. I noticed his reports were a little funky here and there, yet I still let it happen right under my nose. Must have been hung up on that accident Seiya and Shizuku were caught in all this time. Now that Crossbell has declared independence, the guild has to consider how it can mediate the situation from a neutral perspective. I'll need to talk to the bigwigs at HQ for sure. I won't mince words, the Empire isn't going to hold its tongue after an address like that. They're almost certainly planning to retaliate, that is if they haven't already begun to do so. Randall's call to the SSS pertains to that somehow, more likely than not. Yeah, Calvert is probably taking the same steps over on their end too. And who knows where the church stands in all of this? We need to make sure we're ready for anything. Hey SSS, we still have a debt to repay, so if things get too dicey, give us a call. The guild will do what it can to help. I heard plenty about Lector Arundel of the Intelligence Division back when I was working in Erebonia. If you already know the man, then you probably don't need me to tell you not to relax your guard around him. Crossbell and blood runs through my veins too, so I get how Ariel feels. Still, I didn't think he'd resign from the guild for something like this. Brooding over it won't change anything, though. Now that he's gone, the rest of us bracers need to pick up the slack. Your power level's gone down quite a lot, though, from your operational might. I wonder how Rematheria is going to respond to Crossbell's declaration of independence. Prince Albert is a wise man, so he'll surely put what's best for his people first. I had better touch base with St. Ursula about this. The guild is going to need to figure out how to handle the situation as well. We still owe you a debt for savings to the wetlands. Let us know if you ever need our help and we'll return the favor. Okay. No dialogue change. I will check out the upper section of Crossbell News. But, yeah, I'm never allowed in. Unless it's a quest. It's just weird that one man's missing and, like, everyone else who went missing is accounted for. Do you know what I mean? Right, so the next destination is this way. Ravash & Co. Bzay Alley. There's no one posted here anymore. Yeah, we know that. I imagine the department had the foresight to lock up the building before they left. In other words, our favourite fly on the wall probably picked the lock when he got here. Never mind that. We should head inside. Should we now? Oh, police line, keep out. He should be further ahead. What's your step? It's time to find out what this is all about. They took the furniture in this place too. I guess it's evidence, right? Regan Kopf. Behind this door is Lecter Arundel, captain of the Imperial Army's Intelligence Division. We have to be careful about what we do and say around him. It's best that we be prepared before going in. Once you proceed into the room, you will not be able to buy items. We did this last time on Chapter 4, Day 2. Adjust equipment or change your ordnance for some time. Be aware that any outstanding support requests will expire as well. Okay, I'm going to ask straight out. Can I find Nielsen? Can I step through this door? Because we have not found a hidden quest today. Yes, I can find Nielsen. Well, I asked. Point of no return door. To be honest, last time, on Chapter 4, Day 2, we had to, leave anyway to do quests when we were in the middle of a rush. It's weird how the structure of the game stays entirely the same, right? Okay, I'm going to ask a second question. Because I did know before I started these games even, thanks to talking about Hidden Quest way in the past, that this was the, a thing, like a big thing, right? He is someone to be tied down. It's hard to avoid knowing things about games, even if it's first playthroughs, when you stream it and when you put it on YouTube and when you do it for years. Do you know what I mean? But this is the question I'll ask. Was he visible the first time? Or did I just somehow walk past him? Because I'm pretty sure I didn't walk past him. No, he was not. Okay, so he's somewhere. God damn it. So we had the last hidden quest we had at the hospital was a really nice one where it like was so designed around you going a certain direction and like coming back down to talk through things and NPCs were missing that it was hard to miss because it was just basically saying, hey, come look at me. Do you know what I mean? But this one is like an actual hidden quest. This is designed to be missed. There's no lead in. There's no nothing. Like, even after the second interview, he didn't say, like, we'll interview again later, right? Was there any lead into this? I mean, I might just not have picked up on it. Okay. We found him! I nearly missed him! I nearly missed him on turbo mode. He's come to Guy's grave. That was a bit of a look for, so yeah. A super duper hidden quest that I don't think has any lead in or anything like that. But it looks like chat was all just being silent. But by the way, thank you for that. You waited till I asked. Because the suspicion was there. The suspicion was there. So I very thank the guys in chat for waiting and not just trying to blurt. But there we go. I had to. The actual hidden quest of the day. The fact that he's not around is your only hint you could say. It does seem that way, doesn't it? Right, so we found Nielsen. I'm assuming this is a hidden quest. Because we haven't had one today. This would be funny if we just talked to him and that's it. But to be honest, I've been years forewarned about the missables here of Nielsen. So, here we go.